Good evening and welcome to this week's last edition of Primetime News with me, Michael Madimba. In the spirit of honoring our heroes and heroines, we commence with news from State House. President Dr. Hage Geingob has paid homage to frontline workers in different sectors who have and continue to be the line of defense in the country's war against the COVID-19 pandemic, calling them modern-day heroes.
Geingob, in his Heroes Day commemoratory message on Thursday, narrated the sequence of events that led to the happening of 26 August 1966, saying, "Healthcare workers, law enforcement agencies, as well as public officials have risked their lives daily since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak, and their sacrifice is appreciated and invaluable." Reflecting on the country's current struggle against the COVID-19 pandemic, Geingob also bemoaned the loss of veterans of the Namibian liberation to COVID-19, saying the country has lost some of its best brains, productive citizens, and nation builders. The president further called on all Namibians to recapture the courage and determination of Namibia's liberation heroes and draw inspiration from their legendary and immortalized exploit, as well as emulate their unwavering will and commitment towards nation building, adding that the best way to honor these liberation struggle patriots is to emulate the qualities that define them. Heroes Day is commemorated annually in Namibia on 26 August to commemorate the first armed battle of the Namibian liberation struggle, which took place at the Omungulumbashe in the Omusati region on 26 August 1966 in effort to remember the men and women who selflessly fought for Namibia's independence.
In somber news, a former Deputy Prime Minister and veteran politician Marco Hausiku has died. He died in the late hours of Thursday afternoon. Hausiku, who also served as former Minister of Foreign Affairs and SWAPO Deputy Secretary General, died after being severely ill over the past 2 months, a close relative confirmed. Meanwhile, founding President Sam Nujoma says the late Kazhinambo Kazhinambo was cut from a different cloth and belongs to a rare breed of upright men and women who do not shy away from providing the voice of reason, no matter how unpopular it is.
His passing has not only robbed the bereaved family and friends of a caring person, but has also robbed us of a vibrant and dynamic voice of the voiceless who served our country exceptionally well. KK was known as a man of his words and never shied to offer his opinion on anything. Those within earshot will hear it. He was not one for quiet diplomacy, a quality that both set him apart and agitated his peers. KK would speak from the heart and could give an assessment of the politics in a country and in a SWAPO party with little regard for his own political survival.
Shifting our attention to electoral matters, SWAPO candidate Kennedy Simasiku was on Thursday declared the winner of the Katima Mlilo urban constituency by-election held on Wednesday after he scored 1,557 votes out of 3,002 total votes counted.
SWAPO candidate Kennedy Simasiku is followed by independent candidate Gibson Kubana Nkondo, who scored 417 votes, linear to Malipa of Independent Patriots for Change with 296 votes, Mweti Matengu of Popular Democratic for Change with 294 votes, Christopher Simasiku of National Democracy Party 282 votes, and IC Pinso Mila Kubwina with 156 votes. Electoral Commission of Namibia's Chief Electoral Officer Theo Mujoro has said the election was conducted in a calm and peaceful atmosphere with no incident recorded, and it was done in front of political party agents who also ensured that voting materials were in order. Mujoro said the commission extends its gratitude to all the election officials, party agents, the Namibian police force, and the media for overseeing the conduct of a credible electoral process and the maintenance of the law.
In a boost for land governance and administration, the Namibia University of Science and Technology, NUST, recently held an international e-launch of the Structured Knowledge-Based Teaching Essentials on responsible land governance and administration for academic teaching, training, as well as research activities.
The teaching tools were developed as a result of a partnership between the NOS Department of Land and Property Science and the RMIT University in Melbourne, the University of East London, the University of Florida, and the University of West Indies, among others. 6 modules were released on the Global Land Tool Network e-learning platform. Speaking during the launch, NOST Vice-Chancellor Errol Naumab said these tools will be essential in supporting the design and content of the courses teaching and learning open to NOST and all stakeholders in the land sector. On the same note, the Dean of the Faculty of Natural Resources and Special Sciences, Professor Rolf Becker, said NOST's vision remains to become a world-class academic leader in education, research and innovation, adding that their research and teaching has focused on contributions at local and national levels with the achievement of sustainable development. Speaking at the same occasion, Minister of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform Carles Leitwyn lauded NOS and its partners for the release of the module, saying improved land administration systems are essential for achieving national development goals.
Stand by for your top roundup. Moving on to all things business and economics. We start with matters pertaining to the green economy. The Namibian and German governments on Wednesday virtually signed a memorandum of understanding on a €40 million grant to provide scholarships to Namibians to study in the field of green hydrogen.
Speaking right after signing the MOU, Director General of the National Planning Commission, Obed Kanjode, said Namibia is particularly susceptible to climate change and that the 2/3 of the existing installed generation capacity rely on hydroelectricity, which in turn relies on rain and the flowing rivers at Rakana. He said according to the latest labor force survey, 23% of the country's eligible workers depend on agriculture, and prolonged droughts such as the one recently experienced is an indication of catastrophic news for many citizens. Green Hydrogen Commissioner in Namibia, James Munyupi, in an interview with NAMPA ahead of the signing of the MOU, said the grants will go towards providing scholarships to Namibians to study various science and opportunities that are presented by the green hydrogen industry in other areas of the world. German Minister of Education and Research Anja Karliczek on her part said countries that are particularly hard hit by the effect of global warming are those that have virtually no carbon emissions, and Namibia falls into that category. Such countries also have a lot of sunshine and wind, both of which are key generating renewable energy and taking advantage of green hydrogen to cut emissions. Namibia, she added, has enormous potential for scaling up a green hydrogen industry as it has a lot of vast unused space. High wind speeds in Namibia mean that the generation of wind power is particularly profitable.
Shifting our attention to mining. Scorpion Zinc Mine in the Karas region is set to commence with underground mining for its NAM Zinc refinery conversion project, scheduled to kick off in January 2023.
Head of the Scorpion Zinc Mine, Eliakim Siningiamwe, has said the Vedante Zinc International, the parent company of Scorpion Zinc Mine, plans to invest 6.5 billion Namibia dollars into setting up a refinery for the project that is said to be the largest zinc refinery in the world to treat sulfide and oxide to produce the refined metal. He said before the project kicks off, the mine plans to mine the ore that is left in the existing pit before starting to mine underground. The construction phase of the project is expected to employ about 2,000 people, with at least 1,300 people to be employed once the mine starts with operations. He, however, said in order for the mine to start with operations, it all depends on the reliability and affordability of electricity. Presidential Economic Advisor John Munyupi said Nampower and MME are working with the mine to put up a system that can supply the mine with very predictable electricity to give the mine that 165 megawatts at the right price. On his part, Oranjemund Constituency Councillor Lazarus Nangolo urged the central government to ensure that the mine starts operating to save the livelihoods of the people of Roshpina.
Join us after the break.
Wherever you are on Planet Football.
You can go anywhere in the world, but nobody feels football like we do.
And they sing, they dare to sing.
It's a rhythm.
A 1-2.
1-1-2. Football.
La football.
Soccer.
1-2.
That moves us.
Salah to settle it. There's no feeling like that feeling.
It's so nice. It's so nice.
Nothing compares to DSTV's unbeatable football offering. So stay connected to watch the best football on the planet.
We've come to the end of our talk segment. Kindly stand by for your sports update with my colleague, Joey Kosis.
Thank you, Michael, for the top segment. Good evening and welcome to All Things Sport on Sport Planet. We kick off with football news. Shiva Promotions, under the stewardship of Veneruru Mide and Shiru Mahange, announced the first edition of an open football-only tournament on Saturday and Sunday at the Komasdal and Jonya Otto Nankutu stadiums in Windhoek.
Ngatwane Hange, a member of the organizing committee, said the tournament will only accommodate the first 16 teams. Hange told Nampa on Thursday that the $25,000 Namibian tourney will kick off on Saturday and is expected to end on Sunday, adding that teams will be registering with $1,900 Namibian. The tournament champions will walk away with $12,000 Namibian, gold medals and a trophy. The runner-up will pocket $7,000 Namibian plus silver medals, while the semi-final losers will each settle for $3,000 Namibian. Hange further noted that there will be other additional prizes for outstanding performers such as the goalkeeper, player, defender, midfielder and young player of the tournament. Due to the novel COVID-19 revised measures as announced by President Dr. Hage Geingob at the beginning of the month, no spectators will be entertained at both sports fields, he concluded.
Your sports roundup is up next.
Getting GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. See, James has always watched football wherever he can. Sometimes it got awkward. It was never really comfortable. and finding a good place to watch became more and more difficult, not to mention costly. Traveling for his games took its toll on James until he discovered something big. Now that James has GoTV, he can finally enjoy the perks of home ground advantage. Good for you, James. Get home ground advantage with GoTV. With superstar players competing in the world's biggest leagues and cup competitions, you'll be spoiled for football choice. So get and stay connected to GoTV for the best football season yet. GoTV. Love it.
With that, we have come to the end of tonight's bulletin. Much appreciated for tuning in. Do catch us on Monday next week for primetime news. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, like, share, and click on the notifications bell to stay abreast with the latest happenings locally and globally. Do add your comments as well in the comment section. From myself and the entire production crew, keep well. Good night.